Well, I can't second guess what's going on inside the head of a criminal like Mkhwanazi. But the reality of the situation is he's overstepped his mark. It's not the job of a provincial commissioner to start accusing the government, the judiciary, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the Minister of Police, for that matter, of being criminals. And that's what he did today. And I want to see that man fall, and the sooner the better.
Yo, South Africa, get ready, because we're diving into a proper mess today. A scandal so brazen it'll make your blood evaporate. Picture this. KwaZulu-Natal's top cop, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, steps up to the mic, flanked by armed Special Task Force members, and drops a bombshell that's got the whole country talking. This is no small fry stuff. This is the kind of rot that's been festering in our system for years. But then, out comes forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan, wagging his finger like some self-appointed saint, calling Mkhwanazi a rogue who's staging a coup. A coup? Really, Paul? Let's unpack this, because the hypocrisy here is thicker than a Josie traffic jam, and Mkhwanazi deserves better than being dragged through the mud by a bloke with his own skeletons. Hit that subscribe button, folks, because we're going deep into why Mkhwanazi's a hero. O'Sullivan's got egg on his face, and the ANC's failures are letting criminals run rampant. Let's start with Mkhwanazi, because this man's got the kind of guts you don't see every day. On July 6, 2025, he called a press conference in Durban, looking every bit the warrior in his Special Task Force gear, and laid bare a truth that's been whispered in shebans and boardrooms alike. Our justice system is rotten to the core. He didn't mince words, saying 121 case dockets, murder cases mind you, were yanked from his political killings task team and sent to gather dust in Pretoria. Why? Because, he claims, they were getting too close to a syndicate involving politicians, cops, prosecutors, and even judges, all allegedly in the pocket of drug cartels and shady business people. This task team, set up in 2018 under President Ramaphosa's watch, wasn't just twiddling thumbs. They'd arrested 430, 6 suspects, recovered 156 firearms, and secured convictions with sentences totaling 1,881 years, including 29 life terms. That's not a team you disband, unless you've got something to hide, right? Mkhwanazi's evidence included WhatsApp messages and payments. This is the kind of dirt that makes you wonder, who's really running the show in South Africa? Now, enter Paul O'Sullivan, the forensic investigator who's built a career on sniffing out corruption but seems to have a selective nose. He's on Newsroom Africa, practically frothing at the mouth, calling Mkhwanazi's press conference unauthorized and dangerously suspicious. He's got the cheek to suggest Mkhwanazi's staging a coup because he wore an STF uniform and had armed officers around him. A coup, Paul? Come off it, mate! This is KwaZulu-Natal, not some banana republic. Mkhwanazi's been in the trenches leading a province where political killings are as common as braais, and he's got the scars to prove it. The man's been cleared by the Independent Police Investigative Directorate for alleged interference in a 2023 arrest, and he's been upfront about tensions with the police minister since March 2025. He's not playing politics. He's fighting for South Africans who are sick of being caught in the crossfire of a justice system that's more mafia than magistrate. So why's O'Sullivan so quick to throw shade? Could it be he's rattled because Mkhwanazi's shining a light on the very networks O'Sullivan's supposed to be exposing? Let's talk about O'Sullivan's track record, because it's not exactly squeaky clean. This is the same guy who's been banging the anti-corruption drum for years, yet some on social media are calling him out for allegedly hiding evidence when it suits him. One user on X, Tore Maboya, posted on July 6, 2025, claiming O'Sullivan's panicking because Mkhwanazi's got hold of evidence that might implicate him too. Now, I'm not saying O'Sullivan's dirty, there's no hard proof of that. But when you're pointing fingers at a cop who's risking his career to expose a syndicate, you'd better have your own house in order. O'Sullivan's demanding a judicial inquiry and suspensions for Mkhwanazi and National Commissioner Fani Masemola. But where was his outrage when Crime Intelligence Head Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo was arrested for fraud last month? Or when 35 serving cops were nabbed by Mkhwanazi's task team? Seems like Paul's got a knack for picking fights when the spotlight's on someone else. What's that old saying about people in glass houses? And let's not kid ourselves about the ANC's role in this mess. The ruling party's been running South Africa like a spaza shop with a leaky roof, and the cracks are showing. Mkhwanazi's allegations aren't just about the police minister. They point to a deeper rot where politicians and their cronies allegedly pull strings to protect criminals. The ANC's own Mahlengi Bengmotsiri admitted on July 6, 2025, that these claims go to the core of public confidence in the rule of law. No kidding! South Africa's crime stats are a nightmare. In 2024, we had over 45,000 murders, 2,000 rapes, and 190,000 assaults with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, according to SAP's reports. That's a war zone, not a country. And yet, when a cop like Mkhwanazi tries to do something about it, he's painted as the villain. The ANC's response? Ramaphosa's off at a BRICS summit in Brazil promising to deal with it when he gets back. Mate, South Africans are dying now. When's the urgency going to kick in? The EFF and MK party are backing Mkhwanazi, with the EFF's Sinawo Tambo calling the ANC a breeding ground for a mafia state. Harsh? Maybe. True? You tell me. So, what's the deal with O'Sullivan's obsession with Mkhwanazi's uniform? He's banging on about it like it's a crime against humanity. Why's he wearing STF gear? Why the masked officers with R5 rifles? Oh, please, Paul. Mkhwanazi's not the first top cop to don fatigues. Former Commissioner Kekla Sitole did it too, and nobody cried coup. Maybe it's a statement. Mkhwanazi's saying he's ready to fight, not just talk. KZN's a rough place. Political killings have spiked, with 612 cases under investigation since 2018. The man's leading from the front, not hiding behind a desk. And those masked STF members? They're not staging a revolution. They're probably just protecting their identities in a province where whistleblowers end up in body bags. O'Sullivan's framing it as some Hollywood villain move, but maybe he's just jealous. Mkhwanazi's got the courage to call out the big dogs while he's firing off emails from the sidelines. Now, let's get real for a second. Why should you care about this? Because every time a cop like Mkhwanazi gets silenced, it's another win for the criminals who make our streets a nightmare. Those 121 dockets Mkhwanazi mentioned, they include murders of high-profile South Africans, like artists in Gauteng, where warrants are sitting unsigned. Unsigned! Who's got the power to stall that? Not some low-level clerk, that's for sure. Mkhwanazi's not just blowing hot air. He's got receipts, like WhatsApp messages showing Magotsi tipping off Matlala about the task team's disbandment. This isn't conspiracy nonsense. It's evidence that's got political parties like the DA and IFP demanding inquiries. DA's Ian Cameron's calling for a parliamentary debate, and the IFP wants the police minister on special leave while a judge digs into this. Even the ANC's Youth League president, Colin Malachi, told reporters on July 6, 2025, if Mkhwanazi's got evidence, he must arrest them, not play to the gallery. Fair enough, but why is the ANC so quick to dismiss Mkhwanazi instead of investigating his claims? Smells like a cover-up, doesn't it? Here's where it gets personal. Imagine you're living in Inanda, South Africa's crime capital, where Mkhwanazi's team has been fighting tooth and nail. You're dodging bullets, watching your back, and praying your kids make it home from school. Then you hear the one cop who's trying to clean things up is being called a criminal by a guy like O'Sullivan, who's safe in his cushy office. How's that make you feel? Angry? Betrayed? That's the reality for millions of South Africans who are fed up with a government that's more interested in protecting its own than protecting us. Mkhwanazi's not perfect. Nobody is. But he's out there risking his neck while the ANC's busy with vague reassurances, as Bosa's Roger Solomons put it on July 6, 2025. So, what do you reckon? Is Mkhwanazi a hero or a loose cannon? Drop a comment below and let's get this conversation going. O'Sullivan's other gripes don't hold water either. He's dredging up old claims about Mkhwanazi and Masemola, like a 2012 story about 35 million rands in luxury cars and Louis Vuitton bags. Where's the proof, Paul? No courts convicted Mkhwanazi of that, and the Independent Police Investigative Directorate cleared him of other allegations. Meanwhile, O'Sullivan's acting like he's the moral compass of South Africa. But when you're slinging mud at a cop who's exposed a syndicate, you'd better bring more than accusations. O'Sullivan's demand for a judicial inquiry might sound noble, but it feels like a distraction from the real issue. Why are 121 murder cases stalled? Why is the police minister denying links to Mogotsi when there's a recorded call where he calls him a comrade? These are the questions we should be asking, not whether Mkhwanazi's uniform was regulation. Look, South Africa's at a crossroads. We can either let the ANCs rot fester or back cops like Mkhwanazi who are willing to take a stand. The man's not just talking. He's filed a criminal complaint against the police minister, as reported by EWN on July 6, 2025. That takes serious cojones. He's staring down a system that's been fleecing us for decades. And he's doing it for you, for me, for every South African who's sick of living in fear. So, what's it gonna be? Are we gonna let the likes of O'Sullivan shout him down? Or are we gonna demand answers? If you're as pissed off as I am, smash that like button and share this video. Let's make some noise. Before I wrap up, let's talk about what's at stake. Crime in South Africa isn't just numbers, it's lives. It's the 103 people killed in Eastern Cape floods, the 78 who died in an illegal gold mine, the artists gunned down in Gauteng. Mkhwanazi's task team was making headway. 128 convictions, 436 arrests. Disbanding it wasn't a mistake, it was a betrayal. And when O'Sullivan calls Mkhwanazi's actions unprecedented and unacceptable, I can't help but laugh. What's unacceptable is a police minister allegedly cozying up to criminals while our streets burn. What's unprecedented is the ANC's silence while their own Secretary-General, Fikile Mbalula, admits on ENCA that these allegations border on lawlessness. So Paul, maybe take a seat and let the real fighters do their job. Right, South Africans, it's time to get involved. If you want justice, if you want a country where cops can do their jobs without being kneecapped by politicians, then join the fight. Subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and consider joining our membership for exclusive content that dives even deeper into this mess. If you're feeling generous, drop a super thanks donation. Every cent helps us keep exposing the truth. And don't skip those ads. Let them play for at least 30 seconds to support the cause. Most importantly, like, share, and comment. Tell us what you think about Mkhwanazi's stand and O'Sullivan's attack. It costs you nothing to hit that share button, so do it now. Let's show the ANC and their cronies that we're watching and we're not backing down. Until next time, stay sharp, stay angry, and let's take back our country.